production. Eventually, I ended up at the Berklee College of Music, where I finally studied music production like on a collegiate level. And I moved to Seattle after I finished up with that to kind of find more projects.
That's cool. So are you in Seattle right now? Where are you
Yeah,
located?
yeah, I'm in Seattle.
Okay, cool. It's like a very rich area as far as influence in game development culture, which
Oh
is great.
yeah, yeah. There are tons of big companies, small companies. It's honestly, it's been amazing.
Can you talk about a little bit about the projects that you worked on before you hopped on to work on Calico?
Yeah, totally. So I actually the first kinds of sort of small or medium, whatever you want to call them, projects that I made actually were with that high school friend that I mentioned before. So I got to attend this program called the Red Bull Music Academy in 2011, and what that is or was kind of this program where they took applications from people from all over the world and then selected a subset of those applicants to go to somewhere in the world to collaborate and make music together and listen to other musicians who've kind of been in the industry longer speak. The biggest thing recently was another VR title called The Stars Between Us, which is a title that was originally launched for Oculus Go that's all about kind of love throughout the universe in short.
Nice. So how did you get connected with Calico, Kells, and because this game is like one of the most interesting games. Just to tell you a little bit about like our history with it, we had it at the Mix, the GDC 2019 GDC. We met Kells, and Emily, who's on our team, was like, "You got to check this game out. You got to check this game out." And we checked the game out. I was like, "Oh my god, it's kitties!" And we should have it. And it ended up winning Best of the Mix, which was amazing because of the artwork and the ingenuity involved. And you hopped on a year ago, right?
Yeah,
Around a year
yeah,
ago?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I don't even remember, honestly. It hasn't been that long, but it feels like it's been forever.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, I kind of had gotten into the habit of going to different kind of game networking events. Actually, back in Boston when I was at Berkeley, I kind of started going to stuff. So, yeah, I actually just met Kels at, I think it was kind of a business summit for gaming. I don't really even remember what it was called, but I just met her at this event and kind of we started talking a little bit. And then a little bit after that, actually, she kind of got in touch with me and let me know that she was looking actually to move to work with a composer that was kind of local, that was kind of closer to things.
Hmm.
So the music that you heard in the trailer earlier, actually, that was another composer's work who had kind of served as a consultant for the music stuff and stuff like that. Like actually what you're listening to right now, this theme is one of hers as well. But Kels, like I said, wanted to work with someone more local, so we kind of started talking, and she was familiar with my work on the VR game that I just mentioned to you, actually, The Stars Between Us.
Hmm.
Um, and one of the things she told me was that what was most interesting to her for that game was actually a song that I had written with this singer-songwriter to kind of be the theme of the game. Like she had fallen in love with that and was just really interested to see what kind of stuff I could do for Calico.
That's awesome. So where does your inspiration come for composing Calico? Because it's very dreamy and surreal, and it has a different vibe than most video games that are out there in the market right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. And after Kels had sort of shared some different pieces of music with me, like she shared some lo-fi hip hop stuff. She shared some, I think, future bass stuff, which
He's killing cats. I just couldn't help it. All of a sudden, I see a cat jump off the cliff. Like, yo, this is supposed to be a peaceful game. You are not supposed to destroy anything. This was safe for you, Alfonso. It was
Nothing,
oh,
totally
nothing
safe.
safe.
And you found a way to kill a cat. Thank you.
oh my
That's not.
god,
That was not the intent of this
that's not
show
what Calico is about.
at all. At all. You will
Oh
not be
man.
holding the controller any longer. Oh, I
Actually,
got you.
if you check out my Instagram, I posted because the Stars Between Us, that game has some digital charm in it as well, and I found like a picture of a little like kind of a tiny little robot with like a smiley face on it. So that's like my digital charm picture descriptor, right? And then the Steven Universe soundtrack, honestly, I feel like does a ton of that kind of stuff.
Oh,
Like,
interesting. Yeah.
yeah. So Steven Universe was a big inspiration for this music. And hashtag night vibes. So it's hashtag night vibes because hashtag sad vibes is too sad, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's not dark. See, dark is too strong of a word, but the kind of relaxed, chill, like internet influenced, honestly, which is why the hashtag is there, like night sound.
Yeah.
So that is something that'll appear in like half of the soundtrack, but we haven't talked about that in a ton of detail yet.
That's interesting. So where are you at? I mean, where's everything at in development, and where are you at in composing this game?
So I think I have one piece of music left. So I actually put the soundtrack up for pre-order, and I released 4 of the tunes in that. And the last one that I need... Sorry, I got a little distracted.
Ryan's engineering this, and he's saving us. As you see, Alfonso's hands are under the table because there's no more.
Because I'm trying not to kill any more cats.
Yeah,
that's because you guys are already trying to, like, you know, you shouldn't be able to kill cats. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
So you have one more. You have another piece left, but
I have one left, maybe 3, mostly 1.
Okay. And when is the game released? Being released?
So we're looking at an October release.
And are you going
for? No, I was gonna say we're going for fall, sort of broadly though.
Okay. Is it going to be early access or is the full release?
We're doing full release.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
And it's on right now. You can wishlist it on Steam
Please wishlist it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So it should be on Black Voices in Gaming. Then we should have it up there to wishlist. So anyone listening, make sure to wishlist it. I mean, the game looks really amazing. It sounds great. I like how you describe all the listen to this Google. I like how you express and describe the different color palettes. That's really, or color palettes, the sound palettes. Like that's really interesting to hear that. I'm not a composer myself. I love music, make music myself, but not like in this way in the game industry. So it's cool to hear that he's making a cake and stuff. How has it been, maneuvering from your position, maneuvering in the game industry?
So,
and that's broad.
Specific?
I get it. Yeah.
Okay,
like,
broad.
No. What I'm saying is very vague. Yeah. I mean, like as a Black developer, a composer, and you're in the game space, like how do you maneuver and maintain and that kind of things?
So it's actually, this is something that I've been thinking about a lot, honestly. So the thing about it is that as a composer, like as an audio person in the industry, you're kind of in this position where you're always advocating for yourself anyway, right?
Yeah.
Like you have to get out there, everyone has to network, everyone has to meet people. And so that's true across the board. But then as a composer, I don't know how to explain it. This is actually how I would explain it. I think I may have been an introvert at some point in my life, and that just was not going to work, right?
Yeah.
That it was not sustainable. And then I feel like, I was talking to someone about this earlier today. The thing about it is, as a minority walking into this field, as a Black person walking into this field, like there's already that you're a composer, maybe you don't know anyone here, maybe you need to put yourself out there a little bit. But kind of the extra thing is like walking into these spaces where I already look different than everyone around me, right? Like I am not expecting anyone to make the first move and like talk to me, like under any circumstances whatsoever, right? Like I wouldn't say that it feels actively hostile, like it's nothing like that, but it's kind of like I am very acutely
this dude.
I am very acutely aware of the fact that I need to work like hard because it's the game industry, extra
Yeah.
hard because I'm a composer, and then like extra hard because I'm a black composer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very interesting. It's, you know what I mean. I think that from what I've felt, I mean, because as a game developer, and I've made, produced a few games, we get hit up constantly by composers and sound designers and stuff like that, because people think oh yeah, we could just jump in, I make music, like that type of thing, when there's a different component to that. And the first thing that you think of is like, possibly is that, oh, this guy makes hip hop stuff. You know what I mean? Like he makes beats, that kind of thing. And that's what I've heard from other composers as well. But it's interesting to hear your perspective. You got to work really hard as a composer, getting in the games industry. Regardless, you got to work really hard. But there's just this other component, and